Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So in this video, I want to talk about why Bitcoin and crypto will dominate the future. I believe it's due to this one piece of technology that will definitely carry Bitcoin crypto and very far and bring mass adoptions. Millions upon millions upon millions of people. So let's talk about this and let's talk about what else is going on in the world today. So let's do this. Welcome, guys. As always, looking at the market, even though it's closed right now, today the US ended in red. Deep red, Dow down 200, NASDAQ about even. Overall, still kind of scary out there. And it got a little scarier today in the US. Actually, this doesn't just relate to the US, it relates to the whole world. Saudi Arabia decided to extend their voluntary cut of 1 million barrels of oil per day until the end of the year. Whenever there's any hint of oil going up, okay, due to voluntary cuts, for example, or due to pipeline issues or due to war, whatever, whenever there's any anticipation of oil prices going up, tends to scare markets. And of course, this involves not just the US, the whole world, right? So I believe this kind of spooked the market a little bit. Now, this is not adding more cuts. This is just extending whatever they have been doing, right? But overall, people don't like this, do not like that oil is being cut. Why? Well, when oil gets cut, that means there's less of it. That means prices for gasoline and plastics and everything else, right? Diesel fuel, they all go up. This is the reason why. Okay, so I think that kind of spoofed the market a little bit today. But overall, we know that there's still a lot of greatness. Still a lot of greatness going on when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto. Besides all the FUD, right? The temporary staleness, there's a lot of great things that's about to come. Such as what? Such as, well, you have another close to $1 trillion asset manager, Bernstein. They're like 700 million in asset. Well, they believe that the rally is going to come soon, and this is based on fundamentals. I've been talking about fundamentals. Seems like no one really concentrates on the fundamentals, but I'm glad I'm not the only one that have noticed that the fundamentals of Bitcoin has been extremely strong. In fact, arguably the strongest it's ever been. Okay? What constitutes us fundamentals? Well, things I've been talking about. Addresses, number of addresses, number of holders. Okay? Also the hash rate. I mean, anything that's measurable, okay? Network activity. I mean, anything that's measurable is pretty much at a high or all-time high or getting up there. Reserves going down to an exchange. These all count. And Bernstein believes that, yeah, this will definitely drive this next rally upwards in a way that we haven't seen before. Because normally during recovery, we see very bad fundamentals. We actually see reserves, say, go up. People depositing Bitcoin and crypto to sell off. We have seen address counts and wallet counts drop. We have seen hash rate drop. Based on previous data, previous 4-year cycles, we have seen fundamentals drop before, but not this time. We're coming off from bottom. We're recovering, but the fundamentals have never, ever been better than now, arguably. So this is all, of course, fantastic, right? Very fantastic. Of course, we have Bitcoin spot ETFs to look forward to, right? Grayscale won a big lawsuit, basically says there's no grounds for Bitcoin to be rejected. Bitcoin spot ETF should be around the corner. There's many people think that this is a done deal. It's just a matter of when, not if. Is it going to come? Is the very first one going to come by the end of this year or beginning of next year, right? So it's just a matter of when. This is also something that's very good that's coming up, of course, right? And it was reported today that Grayscale's lawyer asked to meet with the SEC to discuss how to move forward. Basically telling Gary how to how to move forward without throwing any more fits or surprises, right? That's really what it comes down to. But yeah, like I said, for Bitcoin, I've said this for many, 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 many days. In fact, I've been saying it for years, okay? When you look at the metrics, the on-chain metrics, you look at the fundamentals, right? Bitcoin has never been stronger and gets stronger and stronger every 4 years. Every halving cycle that occurs, Bitcoin gets stronger, right? It really does. And this kind of shows you percent of supply last active 3 years ago. You see that line just keeps going up and up and up and up and up. Okay, so yes, the fundamentals are just getting better and better and better, right? And this shows you the previous cycles, of course, the top and bottom, and there's a lot of moving averages. There's so many on different time scales. This one on a 2-month time scale, but you could clearly see, just like previous cycles, right? We have a top, we have a bottom, we're recovery, right? And who knows where this next top is going to end, right? What I do know is 2024 is going to be a great year. 2025 will be even a better year. But like I said, who knows how high Bitcoin will go, right? So these things I've been talking about for forever, right? These things have not changed. But one important thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about is what will drive user adoption, right? We talk about Bitcoin, yes, as a store of value. People hold it as a hedge against inflation. Also, just distrust in governments, right? But what can really drive millions and millions and millions and millions of people into the space? What's one utility that can actually get people involved and start using crypto in a big way, right? Besides just holding it, which there's nothing wrong, but how else can you get people to actually use it? Well, payments. How about payments, right? So we've been hearing a lot about payments recently. This morning, I covered about Solana. There's actually some Solana news. But Visa is expanding their stablecoin settlement capability, okay? And they're choosing the Solana blockchain. Interesting. So Visa and MasterCard and everyone else is exploring blockchain. They're looking at how to do settlements on top of blockchain, and now they're looking at stablecoins and also just enticing merchants, okay, to utilize crypto as well, right? So payments obviously is going to be a big part of crypto's future. Right now, there's a lot of on-ramps, off-ramps being built because of regulations. It's kind of hairy in some places like the US, but they're definitely being built. And fintech companies and credit card companies and banks, they're all exploring, right, different use cases and how to really get the most benefit from blockchain, ledger, distributed, systems, decentralized systems, so forth, right? So there's a lot of moves recently. I mentioned about this, but also, for example, Solana also integrated into Shopify for USDC payments. That's another, right? There's actually a few Solana news recently. But, there's a lot of things being developed right now. Even Swift, right? Swift recently decided to utilize Chainlink to see if they can also utilize tokens and tokenizations, right, for their settlement layer. So, there's just a lot going on. And of course, let's not forget X, aka Twitter, recently got their transmitter license in several states. Okay, not just one. Started with Rhode Island, and now it's like a dozen states, right? So even X wants to get involved. Elon wants to get involved, and this is obviously very exciting, right? Because we think that there may be a crypto wallet, there may be some Dogecoin integration, right? But of course, there's going to be probably stablecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's all in there. But again, see, this is natural evolution of crypto is actually to utilize it for paying things, right? It makes sense. So there's just a lot of stuff going on right now with payments, and it makes sense that once all these companies fully embrace and adopt, users will come in. They may not even care whether or not they're using crypto, right? They just want convenience. They want something that works. And that's exactly what's being built right now, right? All these companies trying to figure out how to build the next generation of payment apps and financial services utilizing the best parts of crypto, right? So that's all awesome. I also saw this today, Metamask, which is probably the most popular browser-based wallet. They partnered up with several fiat off ramps, so now you can cash out directly for fiat within MetaMask. That's actually a pretty good feature. I love to see other wallets like ROX or Trust, right, do that. They have swap features, but to be able to cash out in fiat, that's pretty amazing. And according to the article, you can cash out to PayPal, right? And I'm not sure. I have not tested it yet, so I don't know the full capabilities. But again, making things easy for people to use, that is always a win, right? That's how you drive in adoption without forcing people to, I guess, learn something new. You just make it really easy for them to just do, I guess, right? Yeah. So besides that, also I saw Base, Base, Optimism. These are layer 2s for Ethereum, right? Circle, USDC, a lot of talk about stablecoins and payments, right? Now I've expanded to these networks, and they're going to continue to expand too. Again, part of the growing adoption, part of payments that's growing, right? But overall, I think we're going to see a lot more of this. Right now, there is definitely a stable coin kind of war, right? Is it USDT, USDC? The other ones are quite small, so it's kind of these two battling out. But of course, we have PayPal with their new stable coin that's being embraced by Coinbase as well, right? So it's still early market. People are still trying to figure out. And maybe the market is big enough for more than one stable coin. And let's not forget CBDCs that's also being developed by countries as well, right? So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff being worked on right now. And speaking of Coinbase, I also saw this. They're creating a new crypto lending service geared towards large investors. Interesting. Now that you have Genesis and BlockFi and Celsius and Voyager, all these guys out, Coinbase wants to fill that role, and they're not afraid of the SEC. I guess that's how confident they are right now, right? They are in a lawsuit with the SEC, but I guess they feel like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care about Gary Gensler. He's on his way out. He's going to lose, right? So let's go ahead and move forward with this. So Coinbase has actually been making a lot of moves recently. A lot of moves. So I guess good for them. Good for them. All right. That is pretty much it. I did want to make one big announcement, which I said I would. And I'm going to announce it tomorrow again. But obviously, you guys know, I think you guys should know, that I recorded a show, The Next Crypto Gem. I recorded this months and months ago, and it's going to debut this Thursday, right? Which is in a couple days. So first and foremost, you should follow Hourglass. Hourglass is the company behind the show. But me, Brian, Leia, we will be doing a Crypto Spaces tomorrow to kind of go over what to expect from the show, right? Which, of course, I've been waiting for 6 months or so, right? So tomorrow we're going to have a Crypto Spaces or Twitter Spaces or X Spaces. I guess it's X Spaces now. So tune in for that. That will be mid-afternoon. So after my live show, I'll give a reminder tomorrow again. But as for the show itself, I've been trying to get details, right? It will debut right around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursday. Now, it's going to be distributed across 178 platforms, 56 countries. So it's all over the place. It's kind of hard to find out the exact time and channel for every single platform, for every single country. So what I learned from Hourglass is just go and download this app. Now, I've never used this app, but it seems like it's a pretty popular app that's also on all these popular streaming platforms like Samsung TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, you know, everywhere. This distro TV, and this will be the easiest way to watch the show. You search the next crypto gem, you'll see it. It'll be on demand, so you'll be able to watch it anytime you want, right? So I think this is the easiest way to watch the show once it debuts. Now, of course, it will be all over. It'll be on Comcast and Xfinity and Cox TV, cable providers. I just don't know the exact times, but this may be the easiest way to watch. So just want to announce both of these two. I'll announce it tomorrow again, and then we'll see. And then probably this Saturday, I'll have a recap show for the very first episode. Right? And there will be 7 episodes, so we'll have 7 weeks of this awesomeness. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's do some Q&A. All right, let me scroll up here. Let me see if I missed anything. Hello from Greenland. Greenland. I don't think I've heard anyone else say they're from Greenland. Welcome, Peter. Elon is going to take over crypto. I'm waiting for this. I'm really waiting for this new X wallet payment service. I mean, when Elon gets behind something, he really gets behind, and it could be absolutely huge, right? So I am waiting for this for sure. Tuning in from the UK at 3 a.m. You should be asleep, but I'm glad you are here. Coinbase's largest partner is BlackRock. Well, you're not wrong. Coinbase is going to be their surveillance partner and their custody service. And I'm pretty sure BlackRock holds an enormous amount of Coinbase stock. Where can we buy the Coinbase? You cannot. There's no base token. Kevin, I appreciate that. Let's go get a little slow from here on out because it's all like smaller things. So, but very exciting. So Visa is doing a trial with Solana, not partnership. Well, you can consider it a partnership. It feels like you've been hinting at retirement lately. Are you planning that out already? No, I'm just focusing on the future. It's nice to dream, right? And if 2024 and 2025 turns out to be the way I think they will go, then yeah, very likely I'll retire in 2025. I mean, I could retire now already. Okay, don't get me wrong, but like at that point, after 2025, you know, I think I would have built so much wealth that I'm like, okay, I don't need to be streaming twice a day every day. It's like enough is enough, right? Been doing this for 5 years, 6 years, and by then it'll be like 8 years. You know, it's time to go travel the world and enjoy myself. Although I really can't do that because the kids are not, you know, in college yet, so no, can't really do that. But yeah, it's nice to dream about. Now, of course, if 2024 to 2025 does not turn out to be as good as I think they will be, then it's okay. Then I wait another 4 years. It's okay. Do Do you think Elon could be working towards a payment system that will replace PayPal? Well, that's the rumor. I don't know if it's going to replace PayPal, but it could definitely be a major competitor. Dave, what kind of car do you drive these days? Well, regrettably, I'm driving a Model X Plaid, which has lost like half its value within a year because Elon keeps doing price cuts. So that's the unfortunate thing. The good thing is it's a decent car, fast, somewhat family friendly, although my kids do not like the Falcon doors. My wife does not like the Falcon doors. I do not like the Falcon doors. There's a lot more that comes with it than most people think. But overall, it's a decent SUV. Very overpriced before, but now it sucks because everyone that bought one before has basically lost half their value. So that's what I drive. Can we all still be George after you retire? Yes. Yes, you can. Certainly. And I think I'm still going to, like, when I say retire, like fully retire, I'm still probably going to stream. Like, it's part of my life. Honestly, although as much as I bitch about it, it's part of my life. I do enjoy streaming. I do enjoy putting out videos randomly, you know, on my phone or while I'm traveling or whatever. I do really enjoy it. So most likely I will continue to do so. Philippines. What is your thought on Rose Oasis? I don't really have any thoughts. It was hot before. Now it's not. I don't really hear about them. Top 5 coins to get on BTC for this upcoming bull run. Oh, to gain on BTC. I don't know. Solana is one of them. I think Solana will come back. Cardano, Avalanche, Polygon, Ethereum. I think they will all outperform Bitcoin this bull run. Let's buy an NBA team. I'm no Mark Cuban. Nowhere close. You know what's a really good old movie that I just rewatched recently with Nick Cage? Lord of War. That is such a good movie. And I think that explains why a lot of people, extremely wealthy people, continue to work. Because ultimately, it's no longer about money. It's just about being good and enjoy being good at something, right? That's what that movie is about. Same thing with like Breaking Bad. Same thing about so many things. So many of these concepts. And I bet it's the same with Elon too. These guys, no matter what they're doing, good or bad, they just enjoy being good at what they do, right? And I like to think I'm one of those people too, though I'm not at the same level. But at one day, when I do, I still feel like maybe I'll just continue to do what I do because I just enjoy it. I know people can't stand when I crack my knuckles, but I need to. Humans need purpose. Purple Vincent, I think you're right. I mean, people do need purpose. I mean, routine or purpose, one of the two. Some people don't have a purpose, they just have a routine, right? And others They don't have a routine, but they have a purpose. So I think one of the two you need to have. Philanthropy someday. Jan, I don't know. I like to think so. You know, you can't take it with you, as they say, right? You can't take your wealth to the afterlife, so what are you going to do with it? Obviously give it away and hopefully give it to the right people that could do something good with it and benefit others. OG. Lord of War was a terrific movie. Terrific movie. You guys should all watch it if you haven't seen it. Same thing with Breaking Bad. If you haven't ever seen that series, you should. Any thoughts on BRICS? Is it going to affect crypto? Not likely, not anytime soon. They're trying to get off the USD standard, but unfortunately that's much harder than it seems. Even if all 5 countries say, yeah, we're going to get off and move into this new standard, the whole world still revolves around USD. And not to mention they all hold an enormous amount of US treasuries as well. So it's something that we should be concerned about, something we should pay attention to. But in terms of overthrowing USD, not likely anytime soon. Do you think Doge gets tied into X or Elon, the alien, procuring Solana? I don't think Elon's paying attention to Solana, but I do think, yes, he's working something with Doge. That's for sure. Then why the Egyptians used to bury gold with their dead? Because gold looks pretty. And they didn't have Bitcoin before. What else do you go bury with your dead? Rocks? Right? You bury, guess, whatever's shiny and pretty. What will the U.S. do to beat BRICS? I don't think the U.S. can do anything to beat BRICS. Try to destabilize their economies, right? That's the only thing the U.S. could do. And arguably, U.S. is probably doing that already. Look at what they did with Russia and rubles, right? Will they do that to other countries to prevent them from gaining any more power? Probably. It's probably happening already. We just don't know. Why do you think Arbitrum has more TVL than Matic? Because it's easier. You know what? I have not pulled that up for a long time. Let's do that. DeFi Llama. Let's look at chains. First of all, just always ignore what's reported for Tron because it's fake. And then you got BSC, and then you got Arbitrum, right? They all dropped. Ethereum's still dominating, but I do believe Arbitrum shot up so much because it's a layer 2. Everything done on it is ETH based. With Polygon, even though it's EVM compatible, you still have to worry about Matic token, right? And you have to worry about bridging. And then you have 2 tokens to worry about when Arbitrum is 1. Now, I've heard from someone within Polygon saying that they are doing, revamping to Polygon 2 and all this stuff, focused, and really because they're afraid of Arbitrum. That's their main competitor. And rightfully so, because Arbitrum have doubled the TVL versus Polygon. Even Optimism is getting very close to surpassing Polygon. Avalanche is also up there. And look at Base. Base is at number 8 already. Right? But others like Solana is still very far off. How do you feel about the Gala issues? I don't like it. I don't know how you could trust Gala when the 2 leaders, the co-founders, are suing each other over theft and selling to enrich themselves, right? When the 2 top dogs are pointing fingers at each other, and this is happening, I don't know how you could be not worried, right? Virtual bacon. Arbitrum is much cheaper and faster on chain, so Arbitrum more TVL. Polygon does have way more unique users because of retail partnerships. That's exactly right. I haven't given up on Polygon because look at all the brands, right? All the brands with their NFT marketplace are all on top of Polygon. So they have that going for them. But they are definitely struggling when it comes to DeFi, right? So they're trying to figure that out. Yeah, and this whole Gala V1, V2, I mean, it's unfortunate. A lot of people have told me they have lost money because they have Gala V1 and there's no way to switch it. I don't even know why, Gala couldn't reserve some of the V2 for the people that didn't claim their V1, right? And have some other manual way of swapping it. But it seems like they just don't. They just didn't think about it. And they knew Coinbase was not going to support it, so they should have built some mechanism in. I don't know. I can't see Gala is going to go belly up to you. I mean, I don't see it because luckily for Gala, they still have a lot of users. A lot of people do tell me they still enjoy their games. So, it's not like a vaporware. They actually do have a lot of games, right? That's on top. And they're trying to get into music and video and movies. I think that was a mistake. But there's still a ton of people that are playing their games. Like the film and music was, I think that's just a bad decision. But yeah, they have a lot. They have a lot of games and they're onboarding more, right? And, I think a lot of people enjoy these games. But, with everything that's going on with the Gala supply, their economy, the founders, it's just an unfortunate situation. Are you watching EIP 4844 upgrade? No, I haven't heard about that. That sounds interesting. Shard blob transactions. So this is kind of some kind of scaling solution, right? Subs blobs of data to be persistent in a beacon node for a short period of time. These changes are forward compatible Ethereum scaling roadmaps and small enough to keep this manageable. So, okay. So it's kind of it's a step in the right direction in terms of making Ethereum fully scalable someday. That's what it sounds like. Brianna converted my Gala to BTC. Can't say I blame you there. I'm turning to Bitcoin Maxi. Again, can't blame you there. Right now, Bitcoin is the big daddy, and it just seems like everything else drains out. But things will turn around. They always do for alts. And I just got done talking about all the payment systems that are being built right now to attract millions and millions of users, right? Ultimately, that's what we want. We want dApps. We want games. We want payment rails. Financial services, right? That draws in millions and millions and millions of people into the space. Of course, we have the investors. They're going to come in no matter what. But let's get users, right? Let's get real users coming in and utilizing these chains and these dApps, right? Right now, it's like, besides DeFi, if you remove DeFi from these chains, you realize that basically all these are ghost chains right now. There's no super dApps for anything. There's no dApps that's being used by millions of people. So right now it's just DEXs, liquidity pools, lending services. So they're all DeFi, but if you remove those things, there's like really nothing, right? We need some really cool dApps to come on board. That's what we need. All right, guys. So to conclude, got a little weakness today, right? But again, fundamentals of Bitcoin has never, ever been better. But I love to see some real adoption, some real usage. And I do think that's what crypto will bring. Just people are figuring out, companies are figuring out how to create these new dApps, new waves of dApps and payment systems to draw in millions of users. And that will be the future, right? So smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.